Right. How are we doing, Simon?
Good afternoon, Simon. How are you?
All right. Two Simons.
Yes.
We expect like a, what do they call it? One of those wormholes or something to...
A collective noun.
Yeah. I was going to say something out of a sci-fi film where something goes bang because there's two of us. Well, firstly, you might as well tell me a little bit about you before I start firing questions at you.
Well, we set up the Spokesman in the middle of a pandemic last April. And
who would do something like as crazy as that?
Absolutely. Only me. Only me. But obviously, being a wheel builder, it's the first time I've set up on my own.
And ironically, the jacket you're wearing now is Mavic, but you were a Mavic
I did used
mechanic,
to work.
Is that right?
I used to work for Mavic as a rep, and I think one of the local guys now, Dave Wilkinson, is now working for him.
Yeah.
But they are synonymous within the cycling industry. A lot of people would recognise the Tour de France with them. Obviously, they're no longer doing that service course with them.
We miss the yellow cars.
Exactly. But it's iconic. And you know, we don't forget that.
Yeah. But then things don't stay the same forever.
Nothing stays the same. And it'll go full circle again, and I'm sure they will have their day in the sun.
Yeah. Grand. Right, well, let's stop talking shop and get into the Fred Whitton question. So, the questions are, question 1. How many Fred Whittons have you done?
I've done the one, Fred Whitton.
Yeah. How was it?
Do you know what? It was a great day out.
Yeah.
There's a lot of suffering goes on.
Yeah.
As a former racer, I know what pain is. But the cramp that I experienced on the Fred Whitton, I have never experienced anything like it. And my tip to anybody who's riding, you've had Rory on and you've had Helen on, and Rory's done it several times. I'll tell anybody, don't stop.
No.
If you get cramp, ride through it. If you stop, it'll be game over. But yeah, that's my one tip to anybody.
Well, that's
ride through it.
Well,
it's hard.
The second part of that question was which one stands out, so that is the one that stands out.
I cramped at Winlatter, and I'm thinking we're only kind of
that's halfway in.
50 miles in, and I'm thinking, hold on, I am used to riding high mileage.
Yeah.
Why have I cramped
at
the foot of Winlatter?
Yeah.
I've got so much more to do now. And it was just a simple case of it's a mental battle.
Yeah.
Right through that pain barrier, and you will be fine. And you will look back on it with fond memories.
There's a certain guy that wrote a book. Was it not all about the bike?
Yes.
A lot of it's about the head.
It is. It's a head game, and it's very easily to just turn it all in.
Right, question 2. Which of the following do you pay most attention to leading up to the Fred or any big ride? Is it tech, pacing, or nutrition?
Nutrition. Make sure you're hydrated.
Yeah.
You cannot pull that back. They're all in equal measures.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are, you'll always think I should have done more training.
Yeah.
But I rode with 8 other guys, and every one of them at some point had to get off.
Yeah. It just shows how tough it really is.
It really is a tough ride, and these guys are good cyclists.
Right then, question 3. What's your favourite food on the bike?
Mine was jelly babies and fig rolls.
Well, my son will agree with the jelly baby bit, so yeah, chapeau to that. Right, question 4. What's your favourite or worst part of the route, i.e. climbs, views, or anything else?
It's just a perfect course, I have to be honest with you. Coming onto Coldfell, and it sounds stupid this, overlooking the whole Sellafield scene, and it's like on a clear blue sky day, it took my breath away, because I'm thinking, this is an industrial nuclear power, and it looked gorgeous.
How often would you choose to ride there?
You wouldn't.
No.
You just wouldn't go
from that
West
side
Coast.
of the Lake District.
I don't know about anybody else, but we have this thing of like the West Coast. It's run down. It's an old industrial, and it's like, do you know what? It's a beautiful.
It can be quiet and beautiful, can't it?
It was gorgeous.
Yeah. Grand. Right. Well, question 5. As you've done the Fred once, that is your best time. Do you remember what it was or not?
I did it in under 8 hours because we're trying to get a big number 8 rugby player round in under 8 hours.
Cool. Yeah.
So there was 3 of us paced him.
Oh,
at the end.
That's no mean feat at all.
He's a big unit, and that was the goal. For me personally, it's not a race.
No.
I'm a firm believer. If it's a race, you stick a number on and you go and race.
Yeah, like a time trial.
And don't get me wrong. I know a lot of close friends have gone for times.
Yeah.
I'm not good enough climber to go for a time, and I'm not saying I'm never going to do it again.
Yeah.
But it's like,
it's fairly lumpy, isn't it?
You know, you are at the beck and call of the weather.
Yeah.
You can do all the training in the world, be absolutely pinging on the start line, and you've got a block headwind.
Head's gone.
And you can't do that. Your time has gone out the window. So for me, and for anybody, I think it's the achievement of getting round.
Yes, absolutely.
It really is a massive feat for anybody. So
Grand, well, last question. Have you any gems, cycling secrets or advice that you would be happy to share for anybody that's riding a bike on a big event?
Relax, enjoy it, do the training, ideally ride with somebody else. You can support them when they're going through their bad times, and they will support you. I've got a couple of friends who are doing it for the first time, and he's loving riding his bike. Hopefully he'll be able to say the same when he finishes the Fred this year.
That is often the question.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of people might just hang it up and never touch it again. But if you've done the hard work, put in the miles, you'll have a lovely day out. If you go in there and just think, we're going to enjoy this.
Yeah.
And yes, you'll suffer, but it's like, yeah, I look back on it with some fond memories.
Yeah. Fantastic. Right, well, that is part 1 over.
Right, another Q&A done and dusted. Thank you very much, Simon. That was brilliant. We chatted off camera for quite a while. If you require his services, the details for his shop are in the description below. He runs a bespoke wheel building service in Kendal, Cumbria. That was actually part 1. There will be a part 2 where we discuss the cycling industry, but that will be to follow. So if you would like any more road videos, they are up in this corner here and down below for anything road. Right, comment, like and subscribe. Thank you very much. We'll see you next time. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Alright, Elvis.